Good morning. Welcome this Friday morning. It's time for Fairview Racing. We're out in Gqeberha and we're going to have a look at 8 races on the poly. Nino Podesta, our all-time favourite Port Elizabeth punter and tipster, is going to join us to give us an idea as to what goes on this Friday afternoon. I can tell you race 1, that number 3 has been scratched. That's not going to run, and that's the only change I've got with regards to the first race. This morning, Brigham from the Wayo Mowing stable, well, now with Kelly Mitchley, is trading at something like 13 to 20, so relatively short. Muzieni is riding Brigham. I guess they're all expecting to win. 2 Prolific Stars, second choice at 5 to 2. And Nina, the market's making it pretty much a one-horse race, but if there is one other, it's probably Prolific Star. How do you see it?
Yeah, I think that's the danger, but I can't see Brigham getting beat, Clyde. I mean, the form has been frank. Lava County came out also came out to win. Very, very strong Joburg form. I will be very disappointed if this gets beat. And strong selection, I think, very strong. And also, I think Kelly has kept the race alive by entering 3 horses and then scratching the 1. So I think he'll take all the beating here, Brigham, and a confident bank in the bipod. If he does get beat, which I don't think he will definitely run second.
Okay, well, look, the season's still very early. I mean, we're only a week into the new season. The Mitchley Stables had a winner already in the season, so that's always good news. And we're bankering number 1, as you heard from Nino, in the first leg of the bipot. He's got 2 bankers in the bipot. The next banker comes up in race 4, number 2, a horse called Kings Again. Second race on the card. Now, I've heard that Zitzman Oosthuizen stable might be the stable to follow today. I'll get some sort of update from Nino if that's the case. Well, he's got Piep d'Ora in here, Louis Makotwa, who's riding particularly well. I mean, his percentage strike rate this season, albeit a week old, is very good. He's on like a 37-40% strike rate, somewhere around there. So that's good news for Louis. And he's on Piep d'Ora. Now, where does that fit in terms of Betway's market? Well, he's favourite and priced up at 22 to 10. Number 3, Cliffy Claven, is at 7 to 2. So is the 8, Explosive Gift, at 7 to 2. 11 to 2, number 4, Glimmer of Light. Number 4, Stand Up, is trading at 7 to 1. 8 to 1, the 7, Grey Warrior. And it's 10 to 1 and better, About the Balance. What do you make of the favourite, Nino, just to get some sort of idea if you like it or not?
Clyde, yes, you're 100% correct. Zitzman has got some very good runners today, and this could very well be the horse to beat. He's got the 2 kilo advantage on Cliffy Dawn, but on paper, that doesn't seem to be enough. But on top of the 2 kilo, he's pulled a better draw, and he's got a much stronger jockey on. So that could be very well the horse to beat. Cliffy Dawn, as I said, has still got the beating of him on paper. And then I respect the Joburg horse, Explosive Gift. I think it brings some fair Joburg form into the race. And then Stand Up. I've put all 4 in the bipod, but only 1 and 3, I think, in the PA.
Okay, well, place accumulators hopefully be good enough. 1 and 3 in the first leg, by 1 and 2, by banker 2, by 3, 6, 7, banker 11, banker 5. So there are a good few bankers in Nino's PA, and then quite a few horses at the back. So Desert Cloud is now in the Eastern Cape. The grey filly, the daughter of Gimme the Green Light, who was with Candice Dawson, is now with Zitz Oosthuizen. Muzi's riding her. She looks, in my opinion, she looks hard to beat. She was fairly decent on the Highveld. Yes, she was a favourite, sometimes odds on, and expected to win, and she didn't, but she still held her form well. She's trying the poly for the first time. She does jump from an outside gate over the 1200, but she looks to win in a race like this, Nino. That's just my personal assessment on it. The market's got Desert Cloud currently at 11 to 10. 2 Midnight Music is at 7 to 2. And I think you get 5 to 1 and better, About the Balance. Is Desert Cloud, in your opinion, good enough in the Eastern Cape?
She could be, Clyde. The only concern for me is that she's been a bit of a naughty horse up in Joburg. She's had some problems at the start and a few things like a couple of issues. And I see that equipment on her to try maybe to calm it down. She's the first time on the poly from a draw 9. And to be quite honest with you, Clyde, I'm liking number 2 here, Midnight Music, on that run behind Wild Applause. That form has been franked with Wild Applause coming to win at Kenilworth a couple of weeks ago. So that is very strong form line. I make it between the two, but to be honest, I'm slightly in the camp of Midnight Music to beat Desert Cloud. And also adding that my pick 6 is only a skeleton perm, and I would definitely add in number 6, Budalia.
Okay, well, from that form line of the horse you're talking about, Midnight Music, I think there was a winner from there, a horse called Just For You, the third horse. Chad Little rode for Jean Nel, that horse Just For You, that came out from Winter Dragon, who came out to win, finished just ahead of Midnight Music. So you're quite big on that. Well, we'll see just how good Desert Cloud is today, if she's able to break that maiden this afternoon. Current favourite, well, Nino's pick 6, he says it's a skeleton pick 6, so 1 and 3 in the first leg. 1 and 2, I beg your pardon, in the first leg. Now we're into a handicap, and race number 4 is over 1,000 metres. In this particular event, let me bring you up to date with Betway's market. The favourite is number 2, Kings Again. It's priced up at 22 to 10. 1 in Deba Mayubeo is at 5 to 2. 8 Larius Larkus is next at 5 to 2. 5 Swiss Walt is 7 to 1, and then it's 20 to 1 bar those 4. So from what I've seen in your perms, it looks to me as if you're on the Kings Again side. I take it that you prefer her because of her Johannesburg form, or do you know something from the stable about her, Nino?
Yeah, I do, and she's working up a storm at home, Clyde, and if she brings the track work to the course today, they are expecting her to win, and very confident that she will win. Obviously, first time on the poly, a bit of a concern, but I have been given the green light. She's working very well. They're expecting her to win, and the form is strong. I mean, she's beaten Francilian, and she's run against Fastnet Philly, Blizzard Bell. That's 1-3 now, I think. Very strong form line, and the field is not very strong, Clark. The only dangers here are number 1 in Debbie Mayabuya and number 5 Swiss Walt. I don't see much beyond those 3, but because of the confidence that I've been given, I've elected to bank number 2, Kings Again.
Okay, well, that's very good to see. I see you got a few bankers in this jackpot. Kings Again now. You're bankering that horse just now. And the later legs, I think it's race 6. You're bankering number 11 on the card. That's Aravadicio. And then you're also bankering number 5 just now. Is that correct? Was Waiter. Is that right?
Yeah. Yes, that's correct.
Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. What a jackpot. Let's hope it comes off for you. This is our next event on the card now. We're going to have a quick look at race number 5. And I can tell you that number 7, Bonjour La Ville, is the favourite at 17 to 10. 3 Articuno is at 7 to 2. Number 5, La Premier, is currently trading at 8 to 1. 9 to 1 about the 6, Project Runway. And number 10, Happy Wives, at 10 to 1. You can get a 12 to 1 and better about the balance. Just with regards to Bonjour La Ville, Nino, I just want to get a quick update as to what the latest is with regards to this horse. The statement is, if she takes to the poly, she can win. What's your view?
Exactly what I was going to tell you. If this horse takes to the poly, she wins. Simple as that. She ran second to Another Dance for Me, which is one of the best fillies in the country at the moment, over 1,400 meters. She ran second to Another Dance. That was over the 1,000 meters. The only concern is She's never run on the poly. She's only got turf form. If she takes to the poly, she wins. The only danger I make is Articuno, where you can draw a line right through his last run. He was completely taken out in that race. I forget by the horse that took him out, the name of the horse, but that run is best ignored. And then I quite also think Project Runway. That's my lurker in the pack from a one draw. He loves the course and distance. But like I said, yeah, if Bonjour Lavelle takes to the poly, then she will win.
Thank you for that. That's a jackpot for you guys. Another look at an opportunity in this jackpot where we're going 3, 6 and 7. Some may want to banker Bonjour Lavelle, thinking that it'd be good enough to win the 7 if she takes to the poly. Otherwise, Nino recommends that jackpot on screen. Next race. Now we're going to move on to race number 6. And this particular event's a handicap. It's at the 70. They're going over the mile on the poly. There are 11 of them that are going to the gate. Now, in this particular event, let me just take a look at what the market is saying about the race. And the idea here is that number 3, Kingdom of Heaven, is favourite, priced up at 3-1. 11, Aravadicio, is 4-1. Number 5, A Bit Chilly, is trading at 5-1. Number 1, Concerto, is at 7-1. And the 7, Thunder Master, is trading at 8-1. So is number 8, Mr. Belvedere. And then it's 10-1 and better about the balance. With regards to Kingdom of Heaven, he is this horse is pretty well, and if he brings his work again, he can win. So they're quite confident, Kingdom of Heaven, the stable fancy him. But you into Aravadicio, is that right, Nino?
Yes, it's a bad field, this, and I know Aravadicio has been disappointing, and probably, also that you would want to banker. But if you have a look at the run on the behind Guarding the Wall on the 2nd, I think it was.
Yes, 2nd of July, correct?
Yeah. He's got A Bit Chilly, he's got Mr. Belvedere and Paston Wally all beaten. So for that reason, I think he's going to be competitive. I've taken the chances here and bankered it. I think he will run in the top 3. And the only horse I can see is Concerto coming back to the poly over the 1,600 meters. So I think Concerto is the danger, and Kingdom of Heaven could also be. But I think Aravadecio's got most of this field beat, and I've bankered him. But I would suggest, as the perm is not big, maybe add Concerto and Kingdom of Heaven in.
Okay, but we'll take what you've given to us. And perhaps have a bit of a nibble with Aravadicio. Is it 4-1 at the moment? That's the current price with Betway, race number 6, which is due to run at around 23 minutes past 3. So race 7, this is a middle stakes over the mile. And number 7, Vion's Queen, comes in here. She's, best weighted in the race in this middle stakes division. She's one of the better ones with number 9 on the card, who is a horse called Bosnay. Now, interestingly enough, I was chatting to Neil Pretorius, Nino, last night, and he's telling me that they're hoping his horse Daza runs a good race. Apparently, the horse is very well at home, and Louis riding him for Zets, combinations in form, all that sort of stuff. And they're hoping that he'll win. I know you've got a preference in the race because I've seen your perm, but what's your view on that?
I think Daza is a massive runner. I just like the look of number 5 here, Bas Wouter. He loves the course and distance. I don't think he's ever missed a place over the 1,600 on the poly. And his last 2 wins have been very well. And I can't understand how Bosnay, you said, is the best weighted. Because if you go 3 runs back, was Wouter beat it, and he's better off at the weight. But Bosnay is a strong front runner, and it's got a strong jockey on there from a one draw. And Daza, I believe those are the dangers to my horse. But I do like number 5 here, Clyde.
Okay, well, let's have a look at Bas Wouter's betting with Betway. It's currently 11-2, Nino. 2 Pardonomas at what price was that? 28-10. 4 Daza, 7-2. 1 Master Forester is 9-2, and the 5, your horse here, was Voters at 11-2. It's 6-1 the 9 Bosnay. All right, so that's the latest from us. Yes, I understand in terms of the black and white that perhaps one horse has beaten the other and better at the weights. The conditions of the race, though, in the best weighted column under the middle stakes platform, there are certain conditions applied and there's a calculation that will work out or project certain numbers. And in this case, they project 7-9-1-2. But Nino's on the 5 for the moment. Let's see how they run. Okay, so the 8th and final on the card now. Let's have a look at this. And in this particular event, it's a classified stakes over 1,200 meters. Just to get an update if there are any changes in this particular event, just the tongue tie off number 9, Green Isle. That's the only change I've got. Betway this morning have got number 3, Wordsworth as the favourite. Cliffy Miller, Marco van Rensburg, they 7-2 favourite. 9 Green Isle is 4-1 second choice. 6 Notorix is at 13-2. 12 King Rahul is at 13-2. And 10-1 about number 4, Guarding the Wall. And Sharon Kotzon's stable had a good run this week too, or the last time we were racing out in Quebec. So perhaps a stable to watch. Okay, Nino, it's the last one of the day. Trifectas, quartets, or what's your plan?
Well, I suggested a trifecta box. Clyde, this becomes difficult for me because initially I thought that Green Isle would have been a very, very difficult horse. I was so strong in the camp of that. But I've been warned that it might just need the run and that the 1,200 is going to be a little bit short. So for that reason, it becomes now wide open for me. All I can say to the people is try and take as many as you can in the pick 6. I know that Notorix is fancied a little bit, and I wouldn't be leaving out a horse called Lieutenant Alexandra, the stable companion to Wordsworth from the informed Cliffy Miller stable. 25-1. I think that could cause the upset. But this race has now become very difficult for me because I didn't get any confidence from my initial strong selection, which was number 9, Green Isle.
Okay, interesting. Green Isle from the Eric Sands stable, now with Alan Greef, but perhaps needs just one run. On that basis, Nino, including 1 Lieutenant Alexander, who's any price. Number 3, Wordsworth. Number 6, Notorix. Number 7, Isn't She Bonnie? The 9 on the card goes in as well, Green Isle. And number 12, King Rahul. Thanks, Nino. That trifecta cost 120 Rand. Play well, everybody.